This is The Launch, episode 30 for August 5th, 2025. Streaming from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, we greet you all a good morning, a good evening, or whenever your timeline may fall. Time-appropriate greetings, indeed, to one and all. This is The Launch, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Andrews.
Hello.
We got a show today. We're going to get into it. So a couple of things, in case you want to give us your mind, your feedback, your opinion. Give us a call. Leave us your name and your town, 774-462-5667. Probably going to have some feedback this week. That's 774-462-5667, name and town. We're live on Tuesdays, 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern, in a Podcasting 2.0 app or on our website. And then the show comes out Wednesday mornings, assuming the scheduler works. And of course, we have our Launch HQ chat room and our Mumble room going as well. And we'll post links to the things we talk about at weeklylaunch.rocks, where you can get all that, the authoritative information. Well, Andrews, I have it on good authority that even though you decided you had plenty of cats since last episode, you have ended up with a new cat. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, so I had tried out Gypsy's sister, Penny, and it didn't work out because Penny was very, she'd be good as an only cat. But your wife.
Yep, my wife.
happened across a very young kitten, maybe 10 or 11 weeks, that traveled 18 miles in an engine.
Yeah, in the hood of an engine. How does that survive?
Well, he has some whiskers that are curled, burnt.
Little singed?
It's singed.
Oh my
yes, that's what I was. Yes,
God,
thank you.
That must have been horrible.
Yeah, but no visible burns or anything, just the singeing. So anyway, and so I woke up Friday morning and she was like, "Ange, do you want a cat?" And I was like, "Oh no." And I thought, man, this could be perfect, right? Because I thought a kitten, harmless, right? I mean, some basic instincts, of course, but no established territorialism or whatever. Shouldn't be a problem with my cats. Well, so I drove up to Burlington, apparently where I might get a speeding ticket in the mail. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't see that. But super sweet cat, black cat, white paws. Very nice. Just everything that we have wanted in a cat.
Very snuggly, cuddly.
Sits on us, lays on us, super playful, right? Because kittens are. Introduction with Gypsy went bad, right? She was mad immediately.
Gypsy's a girl cat?
Gypsy is a girl cat, 2 years old.
And the new kitty named Toes is a boy cat?
Yes.
Okay.
Toes. And because he has big toes. He's going to be a big kitty. And then Rocky introduction, Rocky just looked at him like, what is that? No issues.
No growling or.
No. And really, and Gypsy, she didn't growl. She didn't.
1 out of 2's not bad.
Puff up. Yeah, right. But when Gypsy had an opportunity to walk up to said kitty that was playing, she attacked. And she's ferocious. She's been killing so many. She just left a rat on our front doormat a week ago. She's killed blue stellar jays. She is a killer.
She went in for the kill?
She did. I think she will kill him. Yeah. So I interfered, right? I grabbed her by the scruff of her neck because I thought that was okay. Or, the logical thing to do.
A safe place to grab, perhaps. Because there's claws going everywhere.
Yeah. And she bit me once and I was like, oh, okay. And I let go. Because,
got a bite while you're grabbing her by the scruff, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was, because I didn't get a good grip. And so then she went back to the cat. Thankfully, the kitten was hiding. So this time I went in knowing full well I could still get hurt. I grabbed her by the scruff of the neck again. And this cat needs her demons exercised because she turned her head full 360.
Like a horror movie?
And and chomped on my hand. Chomped it.
It could do damage.
It did do damage. So I managed to get her outside, and I did not hurt her, right? But I did get her outside, and then I tended to my wounds. I had 3 good puncture wounds on my thumb, at the base of my thumb, and it would not stop bleeding. And you picked up the kids maybe an hour after that, and then I went straight to the walk-in.
Wow.
And
He's just bleeding it still?
not only would it not stop bleeding, but I lost feeling in the side of my thumb.
Oh,
so
that's like some nerve stuff
I have
going on.
nerve damage, yes.
No.
Yeah. So they prescribed 2 antibiotics. Normally amoxicillin is prescribed, but I'm allergic to penicillin.
Oh, they're worried about like bacterials in there.
Yeah, it's I'm forgetting the name of it. Pasteurella, I think is the Pasteurella bacteria. But that typically the infection starts 3 hours to 24 hours later. I'm like 72 hours out now, and there's no.
I don't know if I'd take it then, to be honest with you.
That's where I'm at, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially because the reason why they had to prescribe 2 antibiotics instead of 1 was because it's not penicillin.
It's probably pretty tough stuff.
But there's a 10% chance that I will react to it because it's a cousin of penicillin.
And then it's in your system.
Yeah, and it's 5 pills a day. And it's 3 of one and 2 of the other. So there's no opportunity to probiotic in between, without possibly counteracting the whole reason why I'm taking them. But then not a huge deal, but kind of a huge deal. Cannot drink alcohol on this. It will make me projectile vomit, apparently. It has an ingredient, one of them has an ingredient in it that they use to cure alcoholics of drinking.
I wonder if that could be a prank if it doesn't have a taste, I mean, if puking is a prank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do need to lose some weight, so I think
puke diet. No.
Right? No. So yeah, I'm on the fence. The puncture wound has healed really nicely. There is a little pink around it, but that's normal. The only problem right now is that I am getting the chills, and I'm not sure if it's because I was sitting out in the sun or if it's because
it's probably menopause.
Infection.
I wouldn't worry about it.
It is not menopause. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nope, not yet. But anyway, so I'm watching it. I have those pills ready to take, and
just in case it seems like it's infected.
Yeah, I don't know.
Woo! So is there a strategy here to make peace? What's the plan?
I don't know.
Will they make peace over time?
I don't know. So basically, I prepared the kids that we might not be able to keep him. And I have a couple options for my neighbor. His cat died 2 years ago, or 2 months ago. He might be willing to take him.
Cat's so sweet. I wish I could take him. But Levi,
I know. Well, I wish I could keep him and maybe get rid of Gypsy, but that's not what you're supposed to do.
You bit me. You're out. You're out.
Well, no, you can't welcome any other cat into this clan.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Right. Yeah. So she's just mad.
Man, I mean, sometimes I'm sure there must be listeners out there that have gone through this. There must be people that get cats to cooperate. Is there a process or a strategy? Let us know. Boost in and tell us, because it would be nice. It's such a sweet cat. I want to come visit the cat.
Yeah, we're keeping him in Abby's room, separated.
Okay.
There's really only been a couple minor introductions, and his smell has been getting all around the house when the other 2 cats are outside. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, and the other thing is the neighbor that I'm thinking of would keep him indoor only, so he would never run into Gypsy outside.
Oh, man. Can you imagine other poor cats that are just out having an afternoon walk? They run into Gypsy, and it's just on, I bet.
Well, so she is being targeted by what we call bobtail bok. It's a different cat in the neighborhood that
oh, really?
Yeah, just cornered her again today, and I want to be like, you stupid. This is what you're trying to do to that little kitten.
Yeah.
And he's so small, she would totally kill him. I know that she would kill him. And I told that to Dylan about this bobtail bok.
Yeah.
And how she's doing the same thing. And he's like, Gypsy doesn't know English. You can't tell her that.
All right, let us know what you would do.
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
Gosh darn animals.
So it only took me 20 episodes of listening to you say that number and Hank Hill saying that number for me to have it memorized in my head. Because I wasn't intentionally going out of my way to memorize it, but now it's there.
I think people should just put it in their contacts. And then when they think of something, they just call us.
Yeah.
They have it for us.
The launch.
The launch, yep. And of course, you can boost in what you would do about our cat problem too. Because I'm all in on this cat. I want to visit this cat.
I know.
We got to solve this.
He's a great cat.
He's a good cat. So let us know. Support the show with a boost. All right, let's get into it. Well, there is a ruckus online about just a wave of age verification laws and rules that are sweeping the internet, really getting kicked off because the UK's Online Safety Act rolled out on July 25th, which it claims its aim is to shield children from a harmful adult online content and, maybe certain things they shouldn't be exposed to on social media. And a key component of the UK's Online Safety Act is age assurance to make sure that minors are correctly identified and avoid these things. And there's several methods by which one can verify their age, including facial recognition, where they try to recognize your face and guess your age, ID submission, where you take photos, and of course, you'd be more than welcome to set up a digital identity wallet with your government ID. So it seems like, maybe some good intentions, protect the children kind of a thing in here. But as you can imagine, the implementation is really chaotic. Companies don't really know how to comply. Users have to go through these invasive, half-broken verification processes. And all in all, the systems don't seem that effective because things like a VPN can get around it pretty quickly, and those VPNs are heavily advertised across the internet. Now, platforms like Reddit are going to support this. YouTube and X are deploying AI-based tools. Like, for example, YouTube is going to monitor your watch behavior. And if it seems like you're watching some content focused at younger people, they'll pop up a thing making you identify yourself and perhaps even do photo ID. Spotify is doing something similar. Some podcast apps are looking into how to do age verification for podcast apps. NVIDIA seemingly mistakenly did age verification for some of their stuff. So if you were a kid, you couldn't get access.
Mistakenly?
Well, it seems like maybe that was a little bit of a mistake. I don't know. Some of the stuff they're still trying to figure out. Chris Middleton on X has a thread that I'll link to, and he argues that the Online Safety Act, while marketed to protect children, is really a threat to privacy and free speech. He says it's got vague, complex language. It's 250 pages just for the age verification stuff, and it's all really, really vague, and it applies to a lot of internet communications. And in it imposes a, quote, duty of care on all platforms, where they have to go back and proactively remove anything that might be harmful or illegal, in this case, to minors. And they have to implement age verification. And it implicitly puts pressure on applications like Signal and WhatsApp to proactively scan messages. If you can imagine how these encrypted privacy apps would implement that, it would be a nightmare. They'd have to break the encryption. And it also suggests that backdoors might be appropriate, so that way that the government can audit this kind of thing, which I don't know if any of this has ever really worked. And then here in the States, we've had a couple of U.S. states that are passing age identification laws, sort of to, follow kind of, I think, in the general kind of direction of this UK online safety law. How are you feeling so far as I roll this out to you? As you and I are both parents with kids that are on the internet.
I mean, but kids don't have official IDs. Are they going to implement a requirement for state IDs?
I think a lot of them,
younger than 15 or 16?
Well, if you're in the UK, I think you can't get this digital wallet. But yeah, I think a lot of them are going to have to opt to do the face scan stuff. So then they're going to have scans of their faces. And remember just last episode, we talked about the T app that just leaked all that crap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
All these different...
Well, so what if the scan says... Because Bella looks a little older than she really is.
True, yeah. Also...
Is it going to accept that?
This face scan stuff, by the way, our two daughters do not look... I mean, they look related, but they don't look exact. They don't look like twins. However, they can sometimes unlock each other's Face ID phones.
Oh.
Yeah, have they never shown you this? It doesn't work all the time, but yeah, they can...
Crazy.
I know. So
that's really crazy.
How good is this face stuff,
I could see Bella and Dylan being able to... Well,
Dylan's
face is being a little more chiseled now.
A little more man face, but I was really surprised. So yeah, they're gonna have to do the face scan stuff. But our kids very quickly figured out how to bypass filtering at school to get to social media while they're at school. Like they just on their own figured it out. Right.
What's funny is my phone has figured out that that's Gypsy.
Oh yeah.
And that's Rocky. But then it also has Mother North from a game I play as a people.
Yeah. Is it a screenshot or something?
Yeah, it is. I don't know.
It's kind of neat. Yeah, it is neat. It is decent at detecting the faces, but I like that it does pet stuff. Okay, so now at the same time all this kind of age stuff is going on, with Spotify, Xbox, and PlayStation are also kind of implementing these policies. Roblox announced they plan to.
Oh, yeah. No, they already had. Both the kids had an issue with verifying because you can't chat unless you provide some sort of,
It's all kind of happening at the same time. I mean, I'm not here to fry bacon.
Oh.
But if I was cooking some conspiracy bacon, it's just weird that as the Online UK Safety Act lands, maybe they all just decide they have to do this. Sort of like the cookies law that's crapped up the whole internet. But the thing that does make it a little sus is at the same time, it turns out gaming platforms are being pressured to remove adult content. So there's some adult games. Steam and itch.io were the more popular ones that were forced to start delisting adult games. It seems that itch.io decided to air some of their dirty laundry and released a statement. Steam didn't say anything, but itch.io says in their public statement, quote, "The organization, Collective Shout, launched a campaign against Steam and itch.io, directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms." So the payment processors that Steam and itch.io deal with started pressuring these companies to drop adult content or else they wouldn't be payment providers for them. Wow. So it comes kind of from that end. Now, Collective Shout was started in 2009 in Australia. It sounds like some other games they're targeting. They're going after Grand Theft Auto. The Zoom platform, which is sort of a competitor to Good Old Games, the Zoom platform and Good Old Games also announced that they have been pressured by the same group. I thought GOG did something really awesome. They decided to put all 13 of the game titles that were being targeted on sale for free for 48 hours in protest.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, we don't need a payment processor. They're free.
Yeah. Right. That's funny.
Zoom said, quote, "They have no plan to remove any titles and instead are exploring alternative payment options such as a wallet system, which would allow users to add funds to their account and spend them on all of its products." It is kind of ironic that these payment processors are leveraging their position to do this when stablecoins are becoming a thing. Because you could solve this with stablecoins. You could buy some stablecoins, you could put them in an online wallet, and you could buy your game with stablecoins. And you could bypass Visa or MasterCard altogether, or whoever is their payment processor.
Bytebitten has an excellent point. We have to protect the kids, so upload their verified data to our servers that might get hacked. Like, it just really, like, and it's like joining a do not call list. Well, now you're on a list that can be sold. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You're just, yeah.
It's the age-old thing of trading privacy for security, and it never ends up being an equitable trade in the long run, and especially with these things getting compromised. Now, here's my Steelman argument. I think there is a way to verify identity online to an extent. It's not perfect, but I don't think it needs to be perfect. And I know people are going to roll their eyes when I say this, but PGP, Pretty Good Privacy, solved this a really long time ago. And the way public PGP works is you have a public key that the world can know, and then you can verify that's you with a private key that only you have and know. And that combination, a public key and a private key, is really all you need to prove identity, because only you can have that private key. And if once you know, okay, this is XYZ who's really a person, that's 90% of the battle. Now, if you want to attach other types of verification that could be done at a different layer, it could be attributes that get saved along with that public key. And it doesn't necessarily need to be this private thing that each tech platform implements. And then each tech platform could have their own security vulnerabilities. They could have their own issues, or they could have common problems too. And there's like DIDs, there's other standards that are these decentralized ways to do identity that are just math-based, that aren't government-based, that aren't corporation-based, they're just math-based. It's just using, the standard old form of crypto that we used to call encryption. So you don't have to go this route. And if you had to, I don't hate the idea that our kids couldn't get on TikTok until they're 18. I don't hate that idea. I don't want them uploading their faces to TikTok servers to verify their age. Right. And then the other problem is a lot of time these age gating things are just stupid. Like Steam does this already. If there's a game that's slightly risque or has violence, before it'll show you the game page, you have to verify your age. So like when Dylan and I are looking at a game, we just pick a random year, we scroll way up, boom, click it and go. We just look at it, right? Or after Abby had, wanted to get something in iCloud, I can't remember what it was. Like we had to remove the kid restriction on her account so she had access to something. I can't even recall what it was. But like the platform's building these stupid limitations, and then I, as a parent, am the one that overrides them.
Right. Well, you know what happened recently is they took over my Netflix profile and filled it with a bunch of, suggestions now that don't match, and thankfully I don't really watch.
Algorithm wreckers.
Yes.
They wreck my YouTube algorithm sometimes.
Yeah. Well, so I was like, well, stay out of there. And then, so Abby took over Rakai's.
That's fine.
Hopefully he doesn't use that anymore.
I don't think he does. I don't think he's using it. I saw that. She also, I had her create a YouTube profile on the TV at my place.
Oh. For her?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
And she's good about using it. Probably because you talked to her, but
yeah,
she's good about using it. But at first, it was like all these silly things.
She has a YouTube because she does. That's how she listens to music is YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like her account or if it's just like a separate profile on my app or whatever, but it works.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's really, that's about as much as I need. Mm-hmm. And then I, as a parent, don't mind monitoring the situation and being like, no, let's not watch that, or watching too much of that, or whatever. Like it's.
Yeah, well, and I have Eero content filters.
Yeah.
We're almost growing out of those because, what really is going to be so bad that they look at this point, I don't know. But they're still on.
There's this aspect of personal responsibility and parent responsibility, and then people come back with, well, but clearly they're not doing their response. It's this whole age-old argument. But I imagine our kids, when they have kids, this is going to be settled.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of this, I bet. They'll look at it as when they're our age. They'll look at it and think, boy, we had access to the entire internet? How weird was that?
Right. I cannot wait to find like Dylan severely restricting his kids.
Yes.
In like where we minorly impacted his life, where he's going to like wreck his kids' lives.
It's going to be great though. I mean, there's so many moments that I'm going to look back at and be like, hey, you remember when?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have a smirk.
I should make a note. I should keep a note so I don't. I mean, the big ones I never forget.
Dear future self.
Yeah, I feel like I should keep a note. So let us know what you think. If we're overreacting, thankfully it doesn't really impact us directly because our kids are all getting to the teenage years. They're generally we have other means of filtering, but it is going to make using the internet, I think, worse. I think because that means you and I are going to also, all of us we're all going to have to go through this process.
Yeah.
So they know. And that's going to make it worse. I think that's just the reality of it. But maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I'd love to know if I'm over my skis on this one or if the audience agrees with us. Let us know. You can send us a boost, or of course, you can leave us a voicemail. As you know.
Call the launch. We're standing by. 774-462-5667. That's the line.
All right. What do you say we up the mood with a little bit of music? This one's a fun song. It's called Pork Chops. I think it's maybe Pork Chops Fried. Yeah, I'm going to say it's Pork Chops Fried is actually the name. Not fried pork chops. Don't get it wrong. Mm-hmm. It's Pork Chops Fried by Hey Citizen.
One minute I was waiting for the oven to preheat to make a roast of my very favorite thing to eat. My girl was not impressed, said I was incorrect, and I don't know how to cook such a fine meat. She don't believe the kitchen oven is the proper tool. Then she proceeds to tell me how she went to cooking school. She pushes me away, says listen carefully, I'll show you what to do. Says babe, I'm gonna show you how. She takes her iron skillet out, and I'm wondering why she set the cooking range up that high. She says to let the temperature rise enough to keep it juicy inside. She keeps telling me, she keeps telling me, she keeps telling me she likes her pork chops fried. She don't like aluminum foiling. She don't want them juices be boiling. She doesn't want to wait, just staring through that oven glass. To use the stove is what she's urgently imploring. She thinks that roasting in the oven is too boring. As sizzling oil flew by, I had to close my eyes. Says, babe, I'm gonna show you how she takes her iron skillet out. And I'm wondering why she set the cooking range up that high. She says to let the temperature rise enough to keep it juicy inside. She keeps telling me, she keeps telling me, she keeps telling me she likes her pork chops fried. She likes her pork chops fried. Sometimes I think she doesn't even love her man. She only loves to care for her cast iron frying pan. It's weighing on my soul to know I'm not more important. I'm not more important. I'm not more important than need. Babe, I'm gonna show you how she takes her iron skillet out. And I'm wondering why she set the cooking range up that high. She said to let the temperature rise enough to keep it juicy inside. She keeps telling me, she keeps telling me, she keeps telling me she likes her pork chops fried.
Now, we did get a good batch of voicemails this week, and Papa John calls in to talk about the T-app, amongst other things.
Hi, JB. This is Papa John from the beautiful west coast of British Columbia, Canada. Just thinking about that T-app. Yeah, it can be pretty damaging if, people can spread false rumors on stuff like that pretty easily. For myself, I try to stay off social media. At least the mainstream ones. I'm on Mastodon a little bit, but just from the beginning of COVID and just seeing how crazy it got on there, I just stopped using it altogether pretty well. AI, we don't really use it at work. I'm an electrician, and so it doesn't really do a whole lot for me in the trade. And that's about it. And I really enjoy the show. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, Papa
Bye.
John.
Awesome.
The thing about AI in the field for an electrician who's experienced makes sense, but what about someone who's just coming up and wants to learn about a quick conversion or look something up? Because, I imagine people that actually know how to work on cars don't look up the stuff nearly as much as I have to look up when I'm working on stuff or anything electrical.
I don't know. I feel like they'll do what I did and dump the motor out, the mode motor out.
Yeah,
they'll see a summarization but not understand.
Yeah, it could be.
The depth of what needs to be done.
That's probably true.
I don't know.
Southern Fried Sassafras comes in with a plea to save the launch. A little bit clippy on the signal, but it came through.
This is Southern Fried Sassafras saying, I love the launch. Please don't cancel it. You just brought it up in the Love Show, and I had to call in and leave a voicemail right now. Was going to call to my defense this week, but life got in the way with welcoming the newest JB extended family member. So please keep the launch. I love it. Listen to it every week, even if I don't always do Sterling the voicemail. Thanks. Bye.
Congrats on the new family member. Nice to hear from you, Southern Fried.
Also, this is the first I've heard of canceling the lunch.
Well, remember last week? Well, the 2 weeks ago, somebody boosted in about canceling the launch, and then somebody called in about because nobody's been boosting or calling recently, so everybody's stepping it up, which I appreciate.
Well, they said
save the launch. I know in LUP. I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think what I was kvetching about no calls. That sounds like something I was saying. So maybe I did.
Yeah.
If I don't get any calls, I'm ending the show.
Okay.
Show's over. A guy named Ryan's back. He has a take on...
This is 12th time, probably?
10th, 12th?
Is it?
With takes on shirts, I think.
Hello, JB Crew. This is a guy named Ryan. Long time, 11th time.
Yeah.
The prompt was, do you wear shirts with sayings? First off, I am approximately your age, and I love to wear shirts with geeky things, like a Think Geek style shirt.
Yeah.
I got like a DJ enzyme breaking it down. I got a Y'all Need Science shirt. So I wear those almost every day. It's pretty much all my personality at this point. And I love it. I love it if someone comes up and reads it and tells me that it's a funny shirt. I point out funny shirts and compliment other people when I come across them when I'm out and about. It's a whole thing for me. I really enjoy it quite a bit. And Chris, you're not nuts. No Fear was everywhere.
All right, good.
I never understood it. Wasn't really my thing.
Yeah.
But definitely brought back some memories. So thanks everyone for the great work. Keep it all up, and I look forward to the next episode.
Those shirts are definitely conversation starters.
Yeah, sounds like a guy named Ryan would really enjoy SciBite.
Yeah, I bet. I think
it'd be kind of outdated at this point, and I don't know if it's available in the archives, but SciBite with Chris and Mars Base.
I wonder, we should have some shirts with sayings on them. Why don't we sell shirts with sayings?
Right? Like Brent's, I don't install computers.
Or no, it was I hate building computers.
Yes.
I hate building PCs.
Oh,
PCs,
yeah.
yes. Absolutely. Do you know? Oh my gosh, that should be next year's Linux Fest shirt.
That would be good. We definitely need to do one for Linux Fest. Thanks, a guy named Ryan. Always good to hear from you. Kevin from Raleigh's here.
Hey there, Launch. Kevin from Raleigh calling you back about the LLMs especially. Well, the internal only has the internal information, so it's completely useless for script writing. So that's a challenge. It looks like legal is telling us we can point to the website, but they haven't built in a scraper, so I don't hold a lot of hope for it. But did again, GitHub Copilot the other day made my life a lot easier when we had to do a script to do some stuff. And I think the net result is it's a big piece of trimming 10 million or so out of some licensing costs. So let's hope that's true. It is helping, but yeah, because, what's cheaper than contract labor? A machine. So they will replace anybody they can. Have a great one and still enjoying the show.
Yeah, it's interesting because we were wondering if something that's an internal only LLM would be as useful because of that problem. And then, yeah, I guess you could, you hook up to other sources. I suppose that works. But curious to know how that actually plays out. Kind of sounds like the momentum might get lost in that. Thanks, Kevin. Good to hear from you. We have a trucker with a funny story. I don't know if he gave us his name and town, but I liked it.
Hey, Chris and Angela. I have a funny story for you just listening to the latest episode. This happened before I was married. I'm a truck driver, and this was before I bought my own truck and started my own company. But I was driving a company truck, broke down in Sparks, Nevada, and ended up being there for a couple of days while the truck got repaired. But I had to do laundry, and I didn't have any extra clothes with me because I wasn't planning on being out overnight. And I was at the Petro truck stop in Sparks. I got a hotel room, and I had to buy a little bit of clothes so I could do laundry. And I bought this shirt. It was a black shirt, and I didn't really pay too much attention to what was on the front. It was a silhouette, and it said FBI on the front. And I was wearing this around for a couple of days, not knowing what it said till later. It was just a design. I didn't pay much attention to it. And I'm sure you can figure out what it was, especially being it was in Nevada. It's not the FBI that does law enforcement.
Right.
Worst part is I'm a Christian, so that was I had to laugh at it when I realized it. Thankfully, nobody approached me. All right.
Hey, Christians can be body inspectors.
Catch you later. Bye.
He did call us back. I think he had something to tell us.
Hey, it's me again. I forgot to tell you the whole reason for my story. That's why one reason why I don't like wearing clothes with logos.
Sure.
Whatever. Just plain. Because logos are corporations that just want to make money. That's their primary function. And other times I'm not observant enough to notice things in every case. All right. Anyway, bye.
That's why I never understood the no fear thing. I couldn't tell, was it just somebody came up with a saying like got milk and wanted to put it on a bunch of shirts and stickers and was selling that, and that was the product? Or was no fear like the product of another brand? Was no fear the brand of something? Like, I never got it.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked it, and I never understood it. Magnolia wraps us up this week with our last call.
Hey, it's Magnolia. I guess I should have said who I was in any of the other calls that I've been in, but that's just a joke. Anyway, so this is completely off subject to the show, but this is kind of a community thing. I wanted to throw a question.
He cuts out, but he'll come back.
Super scoopy shows. None of them are V for V or Podcasting 2.0, unfortunately. Maybe I should do something about that. I don't know. I don't have any time. Anyway, how many people on this show have had, like, UFO encounters, cryptid encounters, or ghost sightings, or got possessed by a doll or something? Like, I don't know. It usually turns into a really good conversation on a lot of these other podcasts, and that happens. So, what about this one? Any spookies?
Oh, that's good. And also, if anybody out there has any UFO or weird ghost stories, call in at Art Bellis. Do you have any? Nothing weird?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
actually, I have a funny story.
Okay.
So my Ring camera in the backyard is plugged in, right? So I could do continuous recording.
You get the time lapse and stuff.
Yeah. And but I didn't realize that the 24/7 was only a 30-day trial. So I was like, I should really just buy it so I can scrub anytime. What finally pushed me over was the camera caught some big shadow running across the backyard. But all I could see was that it was a shadow, right? And so I was like, is that a coyote? Is that a giant cat? Is that something else? What is that? So I converted it to a purchase, I upgraded my plan, right, to the $200 a year one. And it was a spider that was really close to the lens.
Camera tricks.
Yeah. All I had was the moment, like a snapshot. But then when I scrubbed it back to that, I was like, okay.
Well, it's one expensive spider.
Mm-hmm.
I always think, because I heard this voicemail as I was collecting them this morning, and I thought, I don't really have any, I wish I had a good UFO story. I wish I could say, all those nights of driving late, I saw something up in the sky, or, being out in the woods, I saw something like a UFO in the woods or something. No. But for a little while, it was this weird phenomena when I was in, grade school or maybe middle school. Probably middle school, actually. 6th grade, maybe 7th grade.
It was wolf spiders.
I would get this weird sense that one of my stepdad's friends would be over at the house.
Oh.
And then I would show up and they'd be there. And it's like a mile walk from my bus stop to where the house is at. So I don't know if I was picking up on a smell.
Is that telekinesis
vibe,
or something? Like
ESP kind of a thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Interesting.
And it was shocking enough, and it happened a couple of times that I still remember kind of the feeling of being like, oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. And I would have no reason to know. And they weren't even friends that were over regularly either.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the close I ever got. It's the closest. But maybe somebody out there has gotten a little closer. Let us know. I'd be really curious to hear some of those stories. That could be fun. Boost in or call and let us know. And thank you, everybody who left us a voicemail this week. We appreciate it.
Ask not what your podcast can boost for you, but what you can boost for your podcast.
And we got some great boosts this week. Mr. Turd Ferguson's our baller booster.
Turd Ferguson.
63,933 sats. Branded shirts or sayings can be a pretty handy way when you're at it can be pretty handy when you're at a conference for meetups. It helps you find your tribe quickly.
Mm-hmm.
For
sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking about Linux Fest Northwest.
Yep.
I'm on board with you. Thanks, Turd. Nice to hear from you. Appreciate the boost.
Aaron.
Aaron's here with 3,333 sats.
Where is Aaron right now?
It's sad to see that Charles got caught up with the wrong crowd. Hopefully Mr. Cheese learned his lesson. I had to go home AA Ron. When I went home, I had to show that to the wife. I had to go to the show notes. I went to the show notes of the episode and pulled up the YouTube video of Chuck E. Cheese getting arrested. And I'm like, just watch this. And you know what I saved, too? Did I keep it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saved a soundbite.
Chuck E. Cheese got arrested.
I love the way she says arrested. So if you want to boost in, you get that. Oh, yeah, that's what AA Ron was doing.
Chuck E. Cheese got arrested.
All right, that's right. That was the 3,000.
That's how you're supposed to.
Yep. All right, thanks for reminding me. I just got so excited because AA Ron has his own soundboard, but, PJ also came in with a Chuck E. Cheese boost, 3,333 sats.
Chuck E. Cheese got arrested.
My odd pets have been small and not too crazy. I've had a guinea pig, a toad, and various fish and rats. One day it might be cool to have a pet crow, raven, or a possum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't agree on the possum, but I was just telling the boy yesterday I want to train a raven or a crow.
Yeah, to bring you money?
Whatever. I would love that. Bring me cash. There's goodies all over the farm, and we have hawk-sized ravens. I mean, these things are king crows. They are
cool.
Gotta be 20-pounders. I mean, they're big ones. So, would love to train those things. Any tips to make a raven army or just a crew of raven workers? Please send them in. He says, also, I loved your bass story. We caught kelp and some catfish alive in a neighbor's swimming pool. And his dad said, he'd keep them fresh. You just throw them in there. Keep them fresh. He says, catfish can live a long time in and out of water. Oh, I don't know why you know that, but I think I have an idea. Thanks for the boost. Adair comes in with 3,333 sats.
This is the way.
No message, just the value. Appreciate that.
But that's not possible. Nothing can do that.
And, of course, Musical Coder is here with a Chuck E. Cheese boost.
Chuck E. Cheese got arrested.
First boost ever!
Woo!
Well done. Thank you. Sending over my Fountain earnings. Thanks for turning me on to Fountain and keep up the awesome podcasts. Well, glad you're liking it, Musical Coder, and keep an eye out. There's some nice improvements coming, too. Nice job in earning those sats. Well done. Odyssey Wester's here with a row of ducks. 2,222 sats. He says, yeah, I was a thrift store kid, too, and even got into those tie-dye and Bailey pattern shirts back in the late 90s. Nowadays, I still wear branded T-shirts, but mostly now either gaming-centric Comic-Con or from you guys.
Yeah.
I still have that patch you put on the T-shirts from TechSnap.
Yep.
Back when you all started doing the Teespring thing. Mm-hmm. Remember when Teespring was awesome?
Yes.
There was a minute.
You know what? The peak was when they were willing to coordinate the last challenge coins with the last shirt orders.
Never again have we seen customer service like that.
Nope.
And it made it possible to execute in a way that was great.
It was so cool. Only a couple missing from orders.
Thank you, Odyssey. Good to hear from you. Mick ZP's here with 5,000 sats.
The traders love the vol.
Couldn't agree more about ghosting. And since the pandemic, I dread plans now than I did before 2020. I've always blamed the pandemic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good and bad. Like before the pandemic, there were some Thanksgivings and Christmases where we'd be going to like 3 in a day.
Sometimes 4. There was at least one where we did 4.
Yeah. And now, if we have a Thanksgiving, it's because we throw our own.
Yeah, that's
which is better, but also weird that they just all fell apart. They all just fell apart. People moved and...
Well, we divorced and your family was like, sorry, Ange, you're not part of the family anymore.
Right. But I mean, there's no family. There is no family.
Yeah, and my family moved away.
They just sort of stopped doing them.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Oh, yeah, my grandma passed away and that was the end of that family.
I think that's part of it. Is there were some elders in the families that sort of kept these things going and some of them passed.
Yeah. I will recreate this village for my kids.
Yeah, maybe. Somebody should. But yeah. I think that's interesting, and I think mixed up other people have also experienced the same thing. Thank you. Appreciate the boost. Bobby Pin's here with 4,000 sats. Always great to catch you all live. Well, thank you for making it live. Appreciate that. Mr. West Payne's here with 6,666 sats. Oh, my God. This is great. Seattle now has bus lines that go right to the mountain trailheads.
That is so cool.
That is, because also often the parking's pretty packed.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
Especially like Mount Baker Forest. Like they're all parked up on the edge.
Yeah.
And,
Take the bus. That's brilliant.
It is.
If money, kids, or other limitations and regional commitments weren't an issue, could you ever see yourself living car-free in a big city? In the U.S. or international? Why or why not? If I lived downtown, I think I could, assuming I mostly worked from home. My thing, when we did live in cities, or, as much as we got, which is like, Everett area and things like that, was I had to, of course, do contract work. And I sometimes have to drive between clients. Well, every day. So even when I lived kind of quote unquote downtown, I couldn't really take advantage of the car-free lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you think you could live car-free?
No.
Because the kids?
Well, yeah, but kids not an issue or not a thing is what Wes said. But no, I actually have recurring nightmares about being a driver while at school, high school, forgetting that I drove and taking the bus home and then having to take the bus back to school, or the opposite. Like,
I used to have it. You still have that nightmare?
I do.
No.
Yeah,
I think I did have that nightmare back in the day.
It is very fresh in my memory. So yeah, no, I like to be efficient. And public transport is not efficient.
It does take longer sometimes.
Yeah. So,
but, think about the overall cost savings, especially over a 5-year period, say, of not having to pay for gas, maintain a car, or a car.
Or not being able to just jump in the car and go get fast food, so you're not spending money.
That's true. You would probably sometimes
or you DoorDash more, and so the savings would be put into delivery fees.
Knowing me, that would be what would happen for me. Yeah. Also, it seems like it would be, although I guess you would lean into Instacart, right? I was going to say, grocery shopping and things like that would be difficult, but you would just Instacart.
I already do Instacart for Costco. Like, I just don't really prefer going to Costco.
Yeah.
But I pick up my own produce.
It's a good question.
For Safeway.
I would like to, in fact, I would really like to sell 2 of our cars and just get 1 car, but I do not want a car payment. And I don't want...
Or the juggle.
Yeah.
Right? The juggle is real.
Yeah. And selling a car is such a pain in the butt. Like you gotta, if it's got any problems, you gotta fix it up. You gotta clean it up. Then you gotta list the sales. Then you gotta respond to the queries and wheel and deal. And
it's considered a step toward RV sales.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's a good point. I'd rather sell an RV, I'll tell you what, than sell my own car.
Make it look like a house inside.
This is my camping version. Yeah, I don't know. I think I could probably do it if we had 1 car in the family. So like if Adia kept her car and I could give up my car if I lived downtown, and then when I needed to go run
we need to
errands
find
drive kids.
a studio up there then.
It's been nothing but airplane noise.
I mean, that's
here.
probably the first thing.
What?
Is find a studio up there so that you could make a 1-car situation work.
Yeah. Where? I don't know. Yeah, it's getting old driving down here.
I bet. Well, especially with this fish tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove in it on Friday and sucks.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes it just takes an hour to get each way. But I love that question. Thank you, Wes.
Yeah.
Good luck traveling. Thank you, everybody who boosted in. We had 6 of you stream sats. Not a big showing on the sat streaming, but you did stack 2,745 sats for us. Just listening and streaming as you go. When you combine that with our total sats, which means our boosters as well, then we stacked 98,495 sats. Thank you for sending us some value and a message to the show. It's a great way to support this production and made episode 30 possible. If you would like to boost the show, all you need to do is grab something like Fountain FM, load it up with some sats, and send in a message. Or become a Jupiter Party member and support the automatic, ongoing production. Just set it on autopilot and support the show. A couple of odd stories, just to wrap us up. I don't know how smart these individuals are. I'm going to guess they're not the brightest bulbs. They came up with a scheme to fraud insurance companies. And I'll see if you can identify where they went wrong, okay?
Okay.
So they collaborated together to damage cars and then file for the insurance claim, trying to at one point get up to $300,000 by getting reimbursements from multiple insurance companies. And they had a pretty good process, except for one minor bit, and that is that they dressed up as bears and tried to pretend like it was bears that attacked the car. And, they just kind of used Halloween costume, so the fur and stuff wasn't actually actual bear fur.
You may remember this shocking video from November when 4 people were arrested for allegedly faking bear attacks in luxury cars to collect insurance money. Well, today they appeared in court.
So they show footage of a bear climbing into a car, attacking the interior, and in the grainy, digitally zoomed and cropped at night surveillance camera footage that they have, it still doesn't look like a bear.
That's so funny.
And then when the police got into their place, there was bear costume and bear claw stuff everywhere. So it's
why did they even submit video? Like,
so good.
Idiots.
Well, I think, I don't know if they submitted. I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah, because it looks so fake.
Luxury cars to collect insurance money. Well, today they appeared in court. KCAL's Joy Benedict shows us what happened.
It's security video giving bears a bad name as investigators say someone in a bear costume ransacked multiple cars. The only honey inside, a false insurance claim.
You each waive and give up that right and agree that your preliminary hearing would be timely.
It's a case that certainly turned heads in San Bernardino County. And Monday, all 4 defendants faced a judge for a preliminary hearing.
Ruben Mrazian, yes, Your Honor.
They waived their rights to a speedy hearing. The 3 men and 1 woman are out on bail. None of them wanted to speak on camera after the court appearance, but we're learning more about this case and the bear necessities of the complaint.
Oh, she loves the puns. You know they're real winners when they show up to their court case in sweats and T-shirts, too.
Right.
And
So-
they look like total jerks.
They pulled multiple insurance
Yeah.
policies on.
Well, no, they had multiple cars they wrecked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from different
I
insurance
see.
companies. So no one insurance company
Right,
necessarily
would be
was
the
hit.
wiser, yeah. Mhm. So, interestingly enough, back in 2022, April 17th, so as you know, just a couple weeks after Dylan's birthday, I got a notification from our insurance. It was a home insurance notice of non-renewal, right? And it said, quote, "We are unable to provide coverage because it was discovered that there is a dangerous animal on the premises."
Amazing.
And so here's what I captioned this ridiculousness on my social media. I called farmers and told them I'm only slightly offended they referred to my newly teenage son as a, quote, dangerous animal, end quote. When they said that wasn't it, I realized maybe they think I'm old enough to be a cougar. Not that either. I explained that we have animal allergies, that we don't even have animals on our property. And so they rescinded the non-renewal, which from all appearances was an error.
What a weird thing to just and how would they even know if there's a dangerous animal?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is there was a pit bull on the loose from that a house down the street that we had kept in the backyard for him until he was claimed. But what are the chances that they would have seen that animal on the property behind
Unless
the fence?
they're really watching?
Right? Yeah. Like super bizarre. Super bizarre.
You know, when you have stories like you pit bull on the loose, right? We've talked, of course, before about bears on the loose. We recently talked about a pig that was on the loose. Technology can provide a solution. And in Florida, they got python snakes on the loose. Not great. They got a real problem. They're hard to catch. They're sneaky. They're
scary.
wiggly. I know. So technology comes to the rescue, and the solution is to deploy robotic rabbits.
What?
Yep.
Scientists hope that these fluffy decoys can help with a very real problem.
Yeah, Burmese pythons have devastated native wildlife in the Everglades. Now, as Wink News reporter Bridget Bruchalski explains, researchers turn to tech, hoping robotic rabbits can lure the snakes out.
Wait,
How
is
good
this
is
like
this?
is this a glitter bomb? Like, is it going to explode inside the python?
I don't think so, but that's what I was thinking, is it should blow up.
Yeah.
Blow up. Maybe they do, but then, people might come along, you touch the bunny, and then they blow up. So you can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, only after stomach acid is detected.
Positive identification of snake.
Burmese pythons takes more than just a sharp eye. They're sneaky, slippery, and hard to spot. But now wildlife teams have a new snake hunting tool in their arsenal: robot bunnies. The South Florida Water Management District and the University of Florida have teamed up to create what looks like a toy rabbit. These solar-powered robo-bunnies move, emit heat, and soon they'll even smell like a real rabbit. All to fool Burmese pythons into thinking dinner's been served. If the snakes come to them, it could save teams hours of searching in swampy, alligator-infested terrain.
If that python is detected, then it contacts someone like myself who's available 24 hours a day, and then I can deploy one of our many contractors to go remove it.
Pythons have been a disaster for native wildlife. Lead invasive animal biologist for South Florida Water Management District Mike Kirkland says they've wiped out up to 95% of mammals in parts of the Everglades.
If we can see a statistically significant number of pythons that are coming to investigate these robotic rabbits in the pens, that would be a success because
they warm up.
Mm.
The rabbits warm up.
That's really interesting. And smell like rabbits.
It's crazy how they wiped out 90% of the mammal population.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought if it's in crocodile or alligator, I can't remember which it said, infested waters, like, then why are we bothering it? But yeah, if it's killing all the things, if it's,
I know. Okay, so that's weird. Robot rabbits. I'll let it finish up because it's almost done.
Right now, pythons do a great job of staying hidden.
Robo-rabbits are still in their trial phases right now. Researchers told me that it will take years to find out if they're effective or not. So for now, they're going to rely on hunters and tracking programs to get those pythons out of the Everglades. But for now, reporting in Estero, Bridget Bruchowski, Link News.
It's funny, too, that there's like a python strike team. So that when the rabbit detects a snake, it like contacts a state employee who then dispatches a contractor 24/7. Like they are on it. Python war going on down there. Okay, last but not least, this one's more of a public service announcement. It turns out that alcohol got into some of the Celsius energy drinks, and as somebody who occasionally drinks Celsius and this particular flavor, this is just a hilarious story.
We are back now with a wild recall to tell you about this afternoon. Some Celsius energy drinks, the ones you use perhaps for the gym or to wake up in the morning. Well, they might actually have some alcohol inside as well. Might be giving you a bit of a different buzz than you expected. High Noon says some of its drinks were mislabeled as Celsius Astro Vibe Sparkling Blue Raz Edition. The products were not shipped to Texas distributors, but that does not necessarily mean none of the impacted products made it here. So, if you have any cans, you might just want to throw them away, just in case.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Jeez. Wasn't it vodka in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so bad for me.
Yeah.
Although I've never had an energy drink still, so.
Kids, these days are drinking energy drinks like crazy. I don't know, they're all going to be a bunch of caffeine addicts. But there you go. We'll have links to those in the show notes if you'd like the full videos. In fact, we got the gosh darn links to just about gosh darn everything over at weeklylaunch.rocks. And the real pro move, right? You do know the pro move. That's to join us live on a Tuesday. That way you can be part of the live vibe. We appreciate that. Now remember, we want your tips for making cat peace because she's going to have to get rid of that cat, and then I'm not going to have a really cute cat to visit. We got to solve this. So let us know. Also, if you've got any of UFO or extraterrestrial or weird, bizarre, out there kind of stories, that could be a fun one. Let us know. Maybe I'll make a whole episode out of it if we get a few of them. All right? Well, from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, thank you for listening to this week's episode of The Launch, and we will see you right back here next week. Thanks, everybody!